Alright, so in this video I'm going to show you how I kind of work through my sketches and create character designs. You only need one or two basic simple things to be able to branch off and do lots of different types of characters with different shape faces and bigger eyes and smaller eyes and big noses, big ears, small ears. You can kind of play around with it and create great characters, great cartoons. That's enough talking. Let's do some drawing. So we're going to start out with a circle. Okay, so I always start out with a circle and then I do the center line. I usually draw animals. It does work on people as well, but we're doing a cartoon animal for now. So I usually do like a teardrop shape right off the center line, which will hold like their nose and muzzle. And here you can do a big nose like a bear. Kind of have a big nose like this. Or you can do a small nose, a cute little button nose. Same type of shape, but just smaller. You can do a heart shape, which is more of like a cat nose. Or at least that's the way I figured out that kind of makes a cat nose. I have so much difficulty with like lion noses and stuff like that, but usually if I seem to draw a heart, they don't turn out too bad. Something like that. So you can do all different sorts of noses just off that center line. So for now we'll just do a simple medium size nose. Let's do a little dome over the nose. Okay, so we'll leave that for now. So the next thing I do, if I'm going to, if I know the expression I want to make, you can probably figure it out even before I get too deep into it. I try to keep it simple. So I just make that line and then I make this curve underneath. So all of this will be the kind of depression in their face where the eye goes. And you can do, let me duplicate this. Let's try another expression. Let's say you wanted to do a surprised expression. And make these eyebrows really high, make the top part really high, and then make this line here, and that'll just show me where the eyes go. Like I usually do a little arc over the nose, and then these lines, they show me where the eyes go. So, and the eyes are pretty much circles. They're a little almond shaped, but mostly they're a circle. I'll just stick with more of a circle shape so it's not confusing. So I just do a circle shape. And here, since these are so high, that's what gives it that expression. little eyelids. So that would be for like a surprised expression. For this expression, it's pretty much the same thing. We'll make these lines for the eyes just to kind of show us where the eye is. And then we'll make our circles. And you can even make this line lower. Oops, I won't turn it so it's easier to see. I'll make this line lower. Just so it cuts off a bit of his eye. And these don't have to be connected. Let me erase these, because that line is just to kind of, whoops, the line is just to sort of guide me so I have a nice fluid movement. And since this eye is so low, I'm going to make the eye like lid area, a dome like that. And this one would have the same dome, but since it's lifted up a little bit, I'm going to go like that to kind of show that this mound right here is like lifted up. So I'm just going to go like that. And now, so this is just the top of the eyebrow. It's not actually this is the same line as this. So if I would make kind of an eyebrow type thing here, then the same eyebrow type thing would be here. But you also have the eyelid. So I don't know what this expression is. It's sort of like, I'm not sure what this expression is, but he's not too impressed, or maybe he's skeptical. So we'll make this eye just go straight like that. And then we'll just do a line underneath, and we'll make his eye here. So he's not looking too impressed. And he would have the same straight line under here. So I'm going to make sort of the same type of line. The same straight line as before. The same line underneath. And then I'm going to make sure that I want about the same amount of space that his eye is coming down, because you want the eyes to be level. So, and since he's skeptical in here, we'll make him, if he was smiling, I would make his mouth like this. That looks kind of cool. Let's try some other mouths. I'm a little off the center line with this main line, so, but I'm going to use the center line from his nose that I'm going to work with. I'll use that as the center line. And you can go off the center line if you really want to, you know, just kind of give him some personality. Make the little lip here. You can do this kind of thing. And since this is over, normally I would do a regular teardrop, but since this is over some, I'm going to move the bottom of the teardrop, just so it lines up with his mouth. But if we were just going to do, I think I like the smile better, so let's do the smile. And we'll, just to show you some other options, you can do a one-sided smile. With the lip, you can do it with the mouth open. If I was doing it with the mouth open, I would just give him a nice dark lip. A lot of animals have those dark, almost black, purplish lips. And you can do some teeth. If you want to do mouth open. Now if it's sad, you just do, literally just do a sad line. You don't even really have to do it that big. You could do small. But usually with you do a sad face, you'd make something like that to kind of make him look a little sad. But that's not really his vibe here. His vibe is like, so I feel like his vibe is like up to no good. Like just being like a rascal. You can kind of clean up some of this excess noise here. Also, what's kind of nice, if you just sort of slightly color in the nose. And you can also color in whatever space is like on the top part of the eye. You can color that in because that's all shadow. Maybe make his mouth open a little bit. Just give him a little, some teeth in there. Just a little bit. His mouth is sort of closed, so I don't need them to be super white. So and you can always make a circle around the eye if you want to give him like an eye color, or make it look like he has like an eye color. You can do that. And you can take your eraser and then you can just make a little boop on there to give his eye a little bit of, and play around with it too. Sometimes it looks better if it's on the other side, so you kind of have to play around with it. And also this eye seems a little bit far away, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to select it and just move it over. And then if you need to clean some stuff up, you can just kind of smudge. Just use your smudge tool, and you know, you can clean stuff up. I clean a lot of stuff up with this smudge tool. Alright, what else we got here? So depending on the animal that you want to make, you can have him have a kind of like a small head like this. You can make him with a fat face. Make him with a fat face like that, and then you can give him like some fat cheek type things. So this face is a little too fat for me. you can give him a thin face, and then you would just have to make some room for these for the mouth. You can do a thin face with like some big ears. Or you can even make this the jawline. You can make that the jawline, and then you can do something like that. You know, to make a different creature, like a wolf type creature. Let's see, what else can we do with him? You can give him a bigger head. Give him, like, bears usually have really big brows like that. You can give him some big bushy eyebrows. And then you can give him a big bear type head like this. Sometimes you can play around with it, and you can actually give him different looks if you stretch it out. You know, like if you just give him a longer muzzle, it completely changes it. But you know, you can really play around with that and really get some fun proportions. You can go the opposite way, like this, and now it's like a creature with really big eyes. You know, you can make this like he's wearing some sort of scarf. Give him like a tie or something. Give him some fun ears. Something like that. Let's see. Or you can make him sort of lion-y. If you like a lion type noses. They have a little bit of smaller noses like this. Probably a little wider. I'm just going to use liquify. Maybe give him a little bit of a wider nose. And you give him these lion type things right here. And then you give him a big, it might be a little too big. You can give him a big lion chin, kind of like that. You can give him a give him some big lion eyebrows. And let's see. something like that. I feel like a lion would have, everything might be a little lower. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, that looks a lot better. Give him a thicker nose, like so. And then you can even, let's see, if it's a lion, his head wouldn't be too big. Ears would be pretty big ears, some fur. Sometimes I go overboard with the ears, but that's okay. That's okay. We're gonna give him a nice mane. Kind of thing. Let's change his eyes. Just because we can. Let's see, what do we want to do here? We'll do the same sort of shape that we did initially for the eye. We'll make that line to go around the nose. Let's erase all this. And let's see, we'll make the circle for the eye. And let's do this for him. Let's make his eyes something like that. Not really sure what that expression is, but that's the fun part. You can, you don't always have to do the eyes. Like, I like to do the eyes last, so then I can really give them whatever facial. I'll do his eyes a little more almondy. And then actually I kind of like the straight. I'll stick to his eyebrow here. And we'll give him a small little pupil. I think they have that dark bits around their eyes. So we'll give them a kind of a menacing look. And if you can, for example, his ears are really not lion ears. They're a bit crazy, but you can make them smaller. You know, don't be afraid to like just practice different things until you get what you like. Just keep going until you're happy with it. Let's give him a wide face. Let's give him a fat face. Let's give him a big... I'm not sure why his mouth is this big, but sometimes it's fun to just see what you can make work. Let's see if a different placement of his eyes make him look a little bit better or worse. Endless possibilities. So... Alright, I'll just do a regular smiling. I'll give him some big fun eyes. To kind of finish this off. Oh, he looks absolutely insane. But anyway, you get it. You can do a lot. You can do a lot, and you can really experiment. And you can do whatever you want. And, yeah, just push the proportions. That's kind of what keeps it fresh and keeps it fun. Is when you do things, you don't have to, like, stick to it. Like, be okay with just... Be okay with just like starting something again and just seeing what you get, because sometimes if you just restart something and really aren't afraid to push it, you'll get like really good stuff that you really wouldn't have thought of before, because sometimes your brain just gets locked into certain things and you feel like you have to... It's like you're following some rules that you've kind of made up that you think will make things look better, and sometimes it's good to just like break those down and then just do something different. So these are just like guidelines. These are just like fun things that you can try and you can experiment with, because there's no right or wrong. Like, I haven't even really been thinking about what I'm drawing right now. Like, I'm just literally just doodling, and I think it looks better than when I was like trying to get something good just earlier before. So yeah, so just practice your faces: fat faces, skinny faces, big eyes, little eyes, big ears, small ears, mane, hairy, furry. Just try, experiment, and you'll continue to get better and you'll continue to grow. So yeah. Alright, hopefully you found that a little bit useful. If you do some sketches or some faces, or if you kind of use this technique, I would love to see it. I'd love to see the art that you do. Tag me on Instagram, DrugFreeDave. Give me an ad too if you want. And also like and subscribe here, because I have a lot of tutorials that I'm going to be making, that I'm going to be uploading, so we can all grow together and become better artists. So of course, keep drawing, and I'll catch you in the next video. So I thought I was going to use this for the icon for the YouTube, the little icon thing, but I used another one. It happens. But yeah, it's not an icon. What is it? Fuck. For the YouTube, yeah, I guess it's an icon, right? I think it's an icon. I don't know. It's so hot in here without the fan on.